Nick, we're back on, mate. I've missed it.
It's been too long.
I've missed
Far
it
too long.
so much.
This is number 3.
I'm excited.
You know what they say about number 3, don't you?
Yes, it's after number 2.
It absolutely is. Comes before number 4.
Obviously, I've got
But
my counting on point.
there's a luck with number 3.
I'm hoping I could do with a bit of luck this week.
Really?
I've had a bit of a shitty week, yeah.
Tell me about it.
Oh, look, Nick, we said 20 minutes this has gone.
But this is what we're talking about. We're going to start off with mental health today, which is really important. So I
Yeah.
think this is a really great way to start. So I think Tim should tell us a little bit about his week and why it's been so difficult.
Okay, so first and foremost, I've started a vlog this week. The reason I've started a vlog is because I want to show everybody the little bit of ups and downs that people go through, including myself. So it's not all smiles and white teeth on Instagram. It's some of the challenges that I come up against as a trainer.
Just to jump in, that's
Yes,
just
mate.
come out in some investigation into mental health for young girls at the moment.
To do with social media platforms.
Social media, Instagram, that life
Yeah.
is perfect and everything else.
No,
Of
it's
course
not. It's not. Do you know what? I've started to document my days now because I just want everybody to know some of the challenges that I end up going through, and hopefully people can relate to them, resonate with them, and they're going to be like, do you know what? If he, Mr. Smiley on Instagram's having this shitty day, it means I can have one too as well.
Yeah.
But what I'm showing is how I move forward from having that day, and how it only takes 1 or 2 things for me to then get back into the flow of it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I'm trying to deliver. That'll be out on YouTube very soon. Plug. Oi, come on. Give me
I
some
the
love.
videos. Every time it's Tim, like, oh, new video, have you seen it? I'm like, give me a second.
I do love a video. I love a video. I enjoy it. Yeah.
Yeah. But that's what we're talking about this week, mental health, because it's Movember.
Yes, and I've done Movember before, and I
Have
look
you?
like a total and utter penis, may I say.
For a change.
Yeah.
You'll notice I have not
yeah.
wearing one because I...
No, I can't do Movember. I look like a complete
You've got a lovely
donut.
beard though.
I've got to, listen, I know what you're doing, Nick. Why don't you slowly start to shave off the sides? Yeah, I get it. No, I'd rather generate some money for charity in another way. I don't do Movember, but an amazing cause, I've got to say. So good luck to everybody that's doing Movember. Good on you.
Yeah, good on you, good on you. So I want to start this week with a little quiz for Tim. I'm going to test Tim's knowledge because this is a really sort of important time.
I'm on edge already.
Yeah, there we are.
Let me get on the sofa.
So I've got my little test here that I've pre-planned for you.
Right.
It's not the most cheery subject in the world, but it's very important we talk about it,
Okay.
right? Especially in November for November.
Yeah.
November specifically started off about prostate cancer awareness.
Okay, yeah.
And has generally grown into a men's health sort of awareness activity. A lot of mental health in there, which is really important.
Okay.
So let's start
What's he got?
off. Right, here we go. Tim,
Yes, Nick.
what do you think is the single biggest cause of death for men,
Yes.
no matter what the age? So overall, of all ages combined, what do you think? Is it...
Oh, I was ready to go then.
Alright, you go first. Let's see if it's on my list.
Heart disease.
Heart disease is the #1 killer.
Oh, come on, Cooper.
Well done.
Yeah.
What do you reckon number 2, 3, and 4 could be?
I would say it'd probably be a cancer of some sort.
It's lung cancer.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah, so smoking, definitely. You just said lung cancer. Have I got another guess after I go again?
Yeah, so that's 2. You're 2 in a row now. Very clever. Number 3.
Obesity.
No. Not obesity. Not obesity.
Come on, Nick, fire. What is it?
Dementia and Alzheimer's.
Oh, bloody. Do you know what? Probably saw my face change then. It's really close to my heart. My nan's got dementia.
Yeah.
And yeah, that is a subject that I will try not to get emotional on.
Yeah.
But it's really close to my heart, that one. The fact that you've just said it is enough for me to...
Yeah. My friend Helena,
yeah.
her mum passed away from it as well. You might hear some rattling in here. My cat is here.
Yeah.
We bought him a new toy and he's decided to
Yeah,
stay
he's going to like on it, to be...
He's working out. He's doing his fizz.
He is.
Okay, all right. So that's for all ages. All right. What is the single biggest cause of death for men aged 20 to 34?
Oh, Nick. I'm gonna go 20 to 34.
Yeah. This is So let's be very clear.
Okay.
This is the thing. If you are aged 20 to 34 and you're a guy, you're most likely to die from.
Is this anxiety or stress related?
It would be. Likely to have an impact on it.
The fear of judgment, confidence.
So this is the single biggest cause of death, so a method of death.
Or a method of death.
Yeah. All of which you've said in there would definitely have an impact on this.
Suicide?
Suicide, number one cause of death for men aged 20 to 34. Also,
another
single biggest
just
cause
to
of
cut
death.
you there, mate. Another thing that's really close to my heart.
Yeah, it's awful.
I lost my best friend, or one of my best friends, to suicide when he was 21.
Yeah.
And I still talk to him to this day. Funny enough, when I have some moments. But yeah, something really close to my heart. Suicide.
24% of deaths in that age bracket.
Unbelievable.
1 in 4. Right?
Unbelievable.
So that's absolutely awful. Also, the single biggest cause of death for men aged 35 to 49 is suicide. So it's basically if you're under 50, you're a guy, you're probably and you die, you probably killed yourself.
Bloody hell.
You know,
shocking.
Absolutely shocking.
Shocking.
But good to put it out and call it out.
Yeah. It's good to make people aware of what we're doing here. I mean, you said at the start, Nick, there's going to be some questions that are. These are not the most upbeat questions, but it's not designed for this.
No.
Let's just get that straight across to the audience right now.
We're talking about serious stuff.
Yeah, this is serious stuff that we're going on.
So the single biggest cause of death for women aged 20 to 34.
It's not suicide again, is it? It's suicide again.
No, I didn't know this, actually. I learned this yesterday when I was researching this, because I didn't think suicide was such a big issue for young women as it was for young men. But it is, if you are aged 20 to 34, suicide is the number one. And then the other top three, and I can't remember which order they are in, I think the second is transport accidents, then breast cancer, then accidental poisoning.
Wow.
So that I think that goes to show if you're a young person, or a relatively young person, I think if you're 50, also relatively young, then suicide is the worst thing. And for women of all ages, number one is dementia and Alzheimer's. Yeah. So those are the sorts of things. But if you look down the list, we see heart disease on there a lot. We see transport accidents.
Don't get me started again.
Yeah.
On that.
Especially with guys.
Yeah, I drive every day and see some crazy manoeuvres from people. I just don't get it. People have not, as my mum would say, people don't give their asses a chance. Just saying. Give your ass a chance, will you, mate? That's what she'll say. Basically, in short term, slow down. You're not going to get anywhere considerably faster if you're going to be driving down a bus lane at 45 mile an hour.
So I'm going to call out what the big ones are, generally, right? And I want you to tell me which one. I'm going to say it, and I want you to say if it's avoidable or not. Through a health, a lifestyle choice or a health choice, right? For the most case, I know some bits aren't. But, right. So suicide, is that avoidable?
Yes.
Right. Okay. Heart disease.
Yes.
Liver disease.
Yes.
Accidental poisoning is an accident. There is some details about accidental poisoning. We'll go into that one. Murder. Now that's number 4. If you're aged 20 to 34, being murdered.
Yes and no.
Yeah, it's difficult, that one. Transport accidents.
Yes and no.
Lung cancer.
Yes.
Emphysema.
Yes.
Heart disease. Cerebrovascular diseases.
Okay. They're all yeses. Unless they're hereditary, by the way, unless they've been passed down through genes.
So I think for the most part, what we're saying here is people mostly die from things that they could avoid through different lifestyle choices. Yeah. Which leads me on to the second bit, right? And a report came out today.
Love this little file document you've got.
I've got this good. It's good.
Very
I love
jobsworthy,
it.
which I like.
Yeah, I like to put it out.
Yeah.
So have you ever heard of the Organisation for Economic Cooperation and Development, the OECD?
No, OCD. Did you
OECD.
I was going to say I'm
very different to the OCD.
In fact, I'm a little bit OCD, and when someone says that to me, I'm like, actually, I'm not OCD. I'm CDO, which is OCD in alphabetical order. Just saying.
Can't even have a serious conversation with this boy.
I've got to lighten this up a little bit.
Yeah, you do. So, in the OECD report today, it says the United Kingdom is the fat man of Europe. Okay.
Doesn't surprise me right
and
now.
has said a certain percentage of British adults are overweight, right?
That's true. Very true. Yes.
Now, what percentage of British males, is it men? Yeah, all adults, men and women, what percentage do you think are overweight?
It's got to be in the 60s. 64?
63%.
Cooper.
I bet you read about this before.
When I'm on fire, I'm on fire. That's all I'm saying.
63%,
Yeah,
right?
it does.
So
What you've got to remember, Nick, is I see this every day. And as horrible as this is, these are potential people that I can help and come into or inquire about me as a trainer. So I see it every single day.
Yeah.
And this is what I say to people. People pass in and out and through the gym, like yourself, for an hour, 2 hours. But what people don't get is the amount of challenges that a trainer comes up against with things like this. So yeah, that is why I wasn't far off, I don't think, based on a bit of experience, I suppose. Day to day, people coming in and they always say to me, the main thing, Tim, I want to lose weight loss.
Now, of that, so 63% is overweight, right? But what percentage do you think are obese? Now, obese is a different story to overweight. Overweight is, I'm a bit too fat, right? And I can lose it. And it's actually, you're not into clinical danger territory, right? It's going to have your health impacts, but it's, but obese. Now, this is dangerously unhealthy.
That's ridiculous.
1 in 4 people are obese.
That is not good.
So really, you're looking at 33% of British adults have a healthy weight. Now, I know there'll be some people around BMI and everything else. BMI, not a great statistic.
But as a general consensus, I get it. I get it.
Yeah. So we are looking at quite.
That's unbelievable.
I mean, right. So this is extraordinarily dangerous. So when we look at these two things, we've looked at mental health and the statistics there, suicide, and that's a real issue for young men and young women. And we're seeing a lot of people are overweight and obese. Now, when you combine those two things together, then you add in all the weight of Instagram, pressure. I mean, can you imagine, right?
Are you leading on to suicide here?
Well,
because I think it links in beautifully.
It does.
I
mean, you imagine being a young person now.
Unbelievable,
and, I look so if you're younger than
don't you dare
Tim and I, you may not know, but when we were younger, no one really had pictures of us doing stuff as often as they do now. You might have a couple of pictures or whatever, but when you went out, you didn't get 20 pictures taken on your phone.
No. Which means you can't get judged as much.
Absolutely, right? And we managed. I don't know about you, but I mean, obviously, I was devilishly handsome since the day I was
Here he goes.
But some people probably looked a bit more awkward. But you do have, you look back at yourself, some of the photos, you're like, oh my goodness, I can't imagine what it's like to be 15, 16, 18 and judged constantly all the time, and a record of every mistake that you've made and people judging you for it, and your whole ego being based around likes or comments and stuff like that. It must be absolutely awful. The stress on your mind.
I think that growing up with something like that is you need to have a real strong foundation of parenting, and that parenting needs to have really strong values in order for you to come out of what's going on social media wise and being judged and all the rest of it. Just because there's judgment on social media, just because you're constantly doing Instagram, these social media platforms, Snapchat, Facebook, etc., does not mean you have to lose the values of where you've come from and how you've been brought up. And I think that is largely to do with parenting. And I think that as much pressure there is with social media, it can be managed depending on what tabs are put on you as a child. Because at the end of the day, you're still a child, right? When you're 14, 15, all right, moving into 16, you're growing up a little bit more. It's, put it this way, when it goes to social media and things like this, the first thing parents will say this, and I see it all the time, is, well, he only gets 2 hours or an hour on the iPad and that's it. Now, And then I see it when they're out and they're all having a drink. The first thing they do is throw the iPad to the kid. Oh, there you go on that for a little bit.
Yeah.
So we've got to start practicing a little bit what we're preaching here. Do you get what I'm saying, Nick?
Yeah.
Because
there was a great report by one of the co-founders of Facebook, right? Who you won't know his name, and I can't remember his name either, because he left quite quickly. He stayed in the operation of the back of the business, but left over some issue. He made a mistake when he was younger, and he was saying exactly what you're saying, and was saying he cannot believe what it must be doing to the minds of young people when they are growing up 4 years old, operating through Facebook, social media, iPads, and whatnot, and you know, I think we've got a bit of a time bomb for ourselves with young people.
Well, listen, there's no doubt about it. We are going through a massive social change. Let me give you an example. Where the radio turned from radio to television, that's where we're at right now. We are from television to social media platforms. That's where we are right now. 50% of the time on your phone is being spent on social media platforms or the internet. Social media is just a word for where the internet is right now. That's what it is. That's where we're spending our time. Now, you can either choose to accept that and move forward with it and get with the program, or you can go in denial and be left behind with it. And what I mean by that is you can be either left behind as a person that's trying to grow your business, or you can be left behind as a parent. And the sooner you get to terms with what's going on, the better the parenting can be in order to put some caption onto what's going on with your kids right now. Does that make sense? Well, there's Shu, here he goes.
Sneeze, I know where that came from.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So you can either accept it and say, oh, social media, blah, 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 because it's all bullshit. Let me just say this. This is exactly what it is. Because we are moving forward faster than grown-ups. Some grown-ups can keep tabs on.
I think it's yes. I think it's moving faster than even a lot of young people can keep tabs on as well. We don't really know what the long-term impact's going to be, but we do know we have a society and an environment at the moment in which quite a large proportion of young people do not know how to cope with their lives, and so they're choosing suicide, or we're not addressing mental health in the right way. It's difficult because I think everyone now is quite tuned into the fact that mental health is a really important issue. I don't think anyone's around going, "Oh, it's pretending."
No. Well, it is. It's. I mean,
but getting help for it is very difficult because it's not. I'm not sitting here going, "Oh, I can see your arms off. I see your arms hurt." Yeah. You know, I can see you've hurt your nose or whatever.
It's internal, isn't it?
Absolutely.
It's
so
internal.
you say to me, Nick, actually, I'm struggling with this, that, and the other, and I go, there, you'll be all right, whatever. Yeah. As sometimes people do, because people may not know how to.
Well, the thing is, externally, I just say that I'm the same Tim Cooper every single day, and nobody would know that if I wasn't documenting what I'm doing right now with my vlogs, and that's why I'm doing it, because I want to, and this leads me on to what we're talking about when it comes to mental health. That I want people to realise that you're going to have a bit of shit go on. You're going to have that. You're going to have that time in your life. But you know what? It's all about choices. It's all about habits, decisions that you're making. So when I'm having a moment, I can either decide to carry on that moment and continue to have that bad time and let that then breed negativity and move forward. Or what I can do is I can make sure that I've got a good plan in place where I can just jump straight back on my journey, my vision, and I'm back to where I want to be. And that is why, like I say, I'm documenting stuff so I can help people that are maybe going through some mental struggles to say, bloody hell, is this what you do, is it? Or is this what he does?
Do you think then physical fitness is a key element to having mental fitness and vice versa?
Well,
can you have one without the other?
In my view is no, because I can see what both of them linked together can do. Because that's my job, that's my industry that I'm in. But what I would say is, you won't even step forward into a gym without your head being in the right place. That's the first thing. So what you need to do is look at, and number one massively that's helped me through a long period is self-awareness. I know who I am. And that is why people say, bloody hell, Tim, we get the same version of you every single time.
There's only one version though, isn't there?
Tim Cook. Do you know what, Nick? I'm really good at being me. Really good at being me.
I've never met a better Tim Cooper.
And you won't. Because, do you know what? I focus on me a lot.
But why be someone else?
Well, you say that because let's go back to what we was talking about with Instagram, Facebook and all the rest of it, because it's judgmental. You are judging yourself based upon, and this is why, again, and I keep plugging my vlog and all the rest of it, but this is why I'm doing the vlog. Because I want people to realise that it's not all flowers and tulips. Both same thing, I just made that up. But what I mean is, it's not all flowery all the time.
There's definitely no flowers or tulips because he didn't bring me either.
No, not this week. But this is why I'm doing this. Because what I want to do is I want to make people realise that these people on Instagram are photoshopping the life out of a lot of their stuff. We've been down this route before, but what I mean is, look, that's fine. But what's going on is the kids that are growing up, the 14, the 15, the ones that are vulnerable to things like suicide and things like that and being judged, they're looking up to these people. Yeah, that's what they're doing.
Yeah, well, they want to be them, don't they?
Yeah, of course, because what they're doing is these people they're saying, I am a figure. I am somebody to look up to because I do X, Y, and Z. And these young kids are like, yeah, I want to be like this, I want to be like that. But what these other people on social media platforms aren't showing is the rawness and the realness of what's going on every single day in their lives. And what I want to do is, I want to leave a legacy, I've told you about this before, where people say, do you know what, he's so real, you can tune into him, just touch me, baby.
Just to confirm he is real.
You can tune into him, you can watch his stuff, and you know you're going to get a real mixture of what his life's about. And what I'm trying to do is say to people that it's not all rosy.
This is really, really important to it, because most of the people, fitness people you follow on Instagram, that most people follow, are on it.
Nick, let me tell you this categorically. The influencers, the people that go and do different types of bodybuilding shows, fitness modelling, they're all on it. Or if they, in fact, do you know what? I'm not saying they're all on it. They've either done it, or they're not on it now, or they're thinking of going back on it. Let me tell you.
Because it has long-term impacts.
Of course it does as well. Look, if you want to do, I don't need to tell you, and people that do fitness modelling now can deny this till the cows come home, but let me tell you, if you want to build up a deficiency to do with foods, if you want to have a shit relationship with food, if you want to put your liver through loads of stress, if you want to put your mental health through stress, go and do a show and compete.
Oh, well, absolutely. Absolutely.
And I'm not saying don't go and do it. I'm saying each to their own, and if you want to put yourself through it, go and do it. I've put myself through some stuff in my own life, not to do with fitness modelling stuff, so who am I to say and who to judge? I'm not saying I'm not judging, I'm just saying that's what happens. I've been in the industry a long, long time. I've seen it, I know exactly what goes on. And do you know what?
That's why they Olympians have psychologists to help them through it. Do
you know what though, Nick? It's not just men.
No, of course not.
It's women on it now, and you know, bodybuilding, fitness modelling, all this stuff, athletes, sorry, with all due respect, you're not athletes. So athletes and all this stuff that they say that they are, which I don't believe in, and again, this is my view, my opinion. You can give me crap about this, but I'm not interested. It's the truth. I'm
just talking for everybody.
I'm talking from the heart. It's exactly. I see it. Because what I see all the time is I see the damages being done from it.
Yeah.
And I mean, even with trainers, I see it come down. I see the weights fluctuating, doing like this, doing like that. I'm like, Jesus Christ. And then they call it fitness modelling. There's no fitness involved at all. It's destroying. That's what
things it does do. Things it does, and this is a point. We're going back to mental health to start, and obesity, because we always like to come back to exactly where we started when we get ready to finish.
Yeah,
is that this has a horrible impact on your mind. Yeah. That you know, and if people want to go and do it, fine. You know, it's really up to you. Yeah. But let's be honest about it. It's not good for your mind.
It's not good for.
It's not good for other people's minds.
No, it's not good.
You know, when I'm sat there and I'm going, well, hang on, I'm on the creatine.
Yeah.
I'm on the BCAAs.
Yeah. What's the difference?
Why don't I look like this guy? That's what he's saying he's on.
Of course.
Yeah, he said, what's that? He has a BCAA tablet between every set. Right? But of course you need that.
Nick,
and of course, it's a lie.
Yeah.
Testosterone and the other stuff.
Yeah.
Fine, be honest.
Well, I can't be myself. I can't be any more honest than coming out and saying how it is. And the reason I do this, and the reason I am so honest, number one is I don't need to shout off down the camera that this is what I'm doing when I'm doing it. But if people are going to ask me my opinion and have I done something, I'm going to just tell them straight out. Yeah, I have. And this is what I think that you should maybe not do moving forward, because I'm all about educating people. But again, I think if you've had experience in something, you're normally a little bit more qualified to tell people.
The best way to learn is to make the mistakes. Go and do it.
I'm good at messing up. I've told you this. I've done it so many times.
Yeah,
we've had conversations about this, mate. So, it messes with mental health, your mindset. Let's not forget about all the bodily functions that go on that messes with all that sort of health, and look, this is a snowball conversation. We could go on for hours and hours about this, mate.
Yeah.
So
good. I think that's about it.
That's about us today.
Hey, we just roll on through the big subjects, don't we? You know.
Well, like I say, it's when we decided to come and do this first and foremost. A little bit of fun, let's get down on the sofa, let's do it. But I'm getting more and more people come up to me and say, can you address this subject?
Yeah.
Can you and Nick talk about this? So I think the next step for us is to get some feedback from you guys on subjects that you would like us to address.
I think the feedback's great. I really like it. Yeah, I like this. It's nice to hear what people want to...
And we'd like to get some people on just with some stories.
Yeah, I want some stories.
Just with some stories. You know, I'm going to be interviewing, he doesn't know it now, I'm actually interviewing Nick. Look at his face. Didn't have a clue. I've got my camera right there. And this is for my vlog because I want to get... Nick's got some amazing stories as well. And it's not until you're put on the spot and you help and you don't realise how much you can help other people, that is when it's priceless to deliver your message.
Life is always a surprise with Tim Cooper.
What can I say? Imagine what Christmas is like with me.
So, we'll leave it at, remember, it's about mental health. Always about mental health. There's not just a month of mental health, it's always mental health.
Yeah.
Look after your friends. We've got a good group of friends.
Always.
That we look after each other, which is always good. And support each other.
Support everyone. Bring out the best in people. Help. Give out, and expect nothing back.
Yeah. And let us know what you want to hear about next time.
Yeah. Love this one, mate.
Cheers, mate. Cheers, guys. Thank you.
See you soon, guys. Bye.